of now. 70 years of our independence, we are still toiling with something called how to come up with our kills. So this is a big platform for the human resource, number one, which carries various things under it as programs. The first preliminary program which would be there under it would be rating the human beings. Once we rate a human being, the moment we certify and give the ratings to a gentleman, him or her, would not only be empowered, will not only have to forego the interviews, he doesn't have to go for inconsequential interviews which are happening today's date, which wastes your times, and equally with your interviews, I can't with the naked eyes and with the truth or whatever myths you have written on your CVs, I can't read everything about you. So tell all about an executive or a person will come only once he or she is rated through the software. Now Mr. Dan, I'll tell you, this software has lot of algorithms within it. So based on the algorithms, it reads from your nervous system whether you are lying, whether you are whatever you are doing. My CV, my curriculum vitae or my resume given to you is my resume. If I say I am a descendant of King Caliph, go find my DNAs. How can you? I can lie to any extent. But once I have your ratings with us, now these ratings equally come with three beautiful features in it. Features means once a person, he or she is rated, now since there is nothing called a chamber of human resource or nothing happening on human resource, now the governments will be able to keep a track about the executives. Track of an executive means after every quarter, 3 months, there will be an HR audit, which are not there. In India, we have financial audits, which are very, very often there. There are no audits which are carried out on human resource. There is no department, there is nothing called existence, and every privately working executives on a pretense to this date, which should not be. With this tracker, we even come to know whether a person within the organization is progressing on a higher scale or whether he's degenerated his skills. Because every 3 months, their HR wings have to now punch in what that person has actually done, whether he's been productive for the country or for the company or whether he's not productive for the company. Again, the biggest thing which government will benefit out of is how? Taxations. Today's date, any company which employs 50 plus people or 100 plus people, they detone it into 20 each to decipher, to eat away and siphon off the funds. Why? Because if you are having 20 plus people working in your organization, it is your liability as an employer to pay ESI, which is Employees State Insurance, your provident funds, which itself costs the company something, it accrues to around 8.33%, am I right? So if I put ESIs to it, it costs, normally every company has to shell out 12% of their outgo or their spend on the salary. Now nobody will be able to siphon off those funds. Listen, if every Indian is rated, I'll be able, that government also knows that there are 350 people who were rated. How is it that they are saying there are only 50 people present? So government improves on taxations. You improve on your productivities because your tell-all is there every time. Second program which is affiliated to our, this thing is, we are coming up with the first human resource channel. Now why a channel? There are so many news channels, so many channels on cartoons, so many on food, so many on fisheries and so many on animals. We thought human resource is the costliest resource of this universe. We should have something which is quality on them. This content should be a quality content which should tell and educate a person how to be a good person while at work. Productivity should go up. Cross-nation proliferation of thoughts should happen. Cross-border proliferation of thoughts should happen. People from abroad should come and talk about human resource. This is the second program. Likewise, we have another people who would be our members. Now, till now, hiring and firing in the industry is rampant. I'll hire you today and I can fire you anytime. This is what happens in the private sector. Albeit it doesn't happen in governments because we have 1 or 2 people sitting from the government segment, they know they cannot be fired. Today's date, even if you talk about a person who's fighting in the army, which is your army sector, why does an army put his life on the line? Not that he's enjoying to take a bullet on. He only knows that he's fighting for the nation, number one. And secondly, he's too assured that his family is secured behind him, even if he's not there tomorrow. So, taking these punchlines, we thought, Why can't we replicate a system wherein if anybody in private industry is sacked or the companies go sick, willfully or wishfully, whatever, and people, because of no fault of theirs, they come on roads, we will pay them up to 2 months of their last paid basic salaries as retrenchment allowances, which has never happened in India. At least it makes a man more productive. God forbiddingly, if any of our members would be no more with us, whatsoever inconsequential reasons or matters, we are going to fly in an aid of up to 3 lakh rupees within 24 hours. This is another program which is there.